coming. This is the Tri-State Running Runner Safety Clinic. My name's Craig, so I'm glad you guys made it. Pretty much what we're going to go over tonight is how to be safe when we're out there running. Right now the conditions have changed from the summer and all that, so what we're going to do is go over pretty much three separate things, which is going to be, we're going to talk about weather, on how to prepare for the weather. We're going to talk about running in the dark, what we want to do so we're safe, and then running alone. So the biggest thing, our goal here is that when you leave your house to go for a run, you return back to your house the same way you left. Maybe a little tired, but safe and everything else. So first I'm going to talk about weather. Now it's starting to get cold out, especially if you're running in the morning and stuff. So the big thing you want to do is you want to prepare yourself for whatever weather that's going to be out there. So that would be a jacket, hat, gloves. That being said, when you go to start running, what you want to do is you want to be a little chilly. You don't want to be overdressed. But the same thing again, once again, you got to think of how far you're going to go, how long you're going to be gone, and where you're going to what you want to bring. So the one thing is going to be the same theme throughout tonight is common sense, and you kind of need to be smart. So in other words, where I'm going with that, if I'm going to go out and it looks like it may rain, and I've been running, and I'm going to have wear a nice long sleeve shirt and shorts or whatever, and it may rain, well, I might want to bring something else with me. So the one thing we have is one of these jackets is fantastic. I got one last year. It's very light. It repels water, so it's water repellent. It has a hood. What's nice about this jacket, like I said, it's very light. You can tie it around you. So it's one of those kind of things. Depending on how far I'm going to go out for a run, if I'm only going 3 miles and it's up and back halfway, I may bring nothing with me because I don't care if it's going to rain on me. If I'm going, but if 3 miles is going to take me longer, if I'm going 6 miles, I may take this jacket with me if I know it's going to rain. Same thing, I may wear the jacket with me at first, something I can take off. Once again, what's nice about it, it's very light. So even if you're double layered. The one thing I like about this, it's very light and it reflects it. The other thing you have to worry about when you're running in something like this, it does not breathe that well. So what's going to happen, I'm going to put it on. When I first start to go running, I'm going to start sweating a little bit. So you got to be careful. So once again, you want to be a little chilly at this time when you go out to run because you are going to warm up. Otherwise, you're going to overdress. The only thing I would say with that is, you might want to wear a short sleeve shirt or arm sleeves, which are great. Because the arm sleeves you can pull down. So all they do is they come up, kind of like you see the basketball players wear, and they're great. You can wear a short sleeve shirt. You can have it. My biggest thing is gloves, because my hands get very cold. But the same thing, the arm sleeves you can slide down. Even if I'm wearing gloves, it's there. If I need to pull them back up, I just pull them back up. So the biggest thing is when it's cold out is just to be smart. How far am I running? If say you're training for a marathon, you got to do 18 miles. It may rain. Well, now what you want to look at is what route am I going to take? So once again, common sense. I don't want to carry a bunch of stuff with me. So what I may do is loop by my house. I'll do the 3 miles out, come back where I'm going to pass my house. That way, if I need anything, I can get it there. So once again, just the common sense of where am I going to run, how far am I running, what do I need to bring. If I'm going to go far, if I'm doing 18 miles on marathon training, I may bring that shirt tied around me and another one or something. So I mean, it's just with the arm sleeves, depending on what the weather's going to be. So once again, it's just kind of be smart and then wear the right stuff. The nice stuff with this kind of clothing, the synthetic stuff, it breathes. So when you're running, it'll wick away the moisture if you start to sweat. The only thing with the rain jacket, that's a problem. It's great for a windbreaker, but if you're holding it, it doesn't breathe as well. So you're going to sweat underneath and it doesn't want to let it escape. So even if you're wearing something synthetic, you're still going to be wet. So you just got to be cautious with that. But what's nice, this is going to get wet. You're going to stay wet for a while. With the jacket, it kind of rolls off you. It's not as hateful. So that's the one nice thing about that. Now I was going to say rain. Cold, then you got rain. Same thing, your feet are going to get wet. It's nice to not wear cotton. Cotton holds that water, where synthetic, merino wool, that kind of stuff will wick it away. Obviously, if you're running through puddles, it doesn't wick it away as fast as you would like, but it isn't like cotton. It's not going to hold it as long and that kind of stuff. So once again, you want to be smart. A hat, depending on what you're going to do and how cold it's going to be, you can get away with wearing one of these hats, which is nice, because once again, the heat escapes through your head, You know, you want to wear a hat, you want to wear maybe a cap. I'll wear a cap, pull up on my ears, and or something I can run with, depending on what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, how far am I going? Same with gloves. I love to wear gloves, but I'll wear a pair of pants that has pockets in it. So once again, when you're thinking of your get-up, what am I going to do if I want to get rid of something? Think about that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these gloves have where they can tie together to have the little snap on it, which is nice, because if you carry some kind of belt, if you're carrying a, you know, I can't think, ID belt or something, you can loop it around so it hangs with you, that kind of stuff. So depending on how far you're going, think of what route you're going to do. You could always loop back by the house, keep stuff there, bring stuff you can tie around you. Snow. Snow comes in, once again, I think I wear trail shoes. I run trails a lot, but if you're going to run the snow, one nice thing about trail shoes is the traction on them. You got a lot of beef and stuff on that, so works out nice for snow and that kind of stuff. I've taken sheet metal screws and drilled them in the bottom of my shoe to help with, you know, the snow and that, but you need a lot of it. We have the Yak Tracks. A lot of people like the Yak Tracks. What's nice too about the Yak Tracks is they're light, so you can put them on, you can take them off if they're not working, depending on how much snow you're running. It's all relative. You know, the last couple of years we haven't got that much snow. It wasn't that big of a deal. That's why a lot of times the trail shoes work out great, because even on the pavement they work fine if you run out of the snow. When you're in the snow, it gives you some more traction than just a regular shoe, especially depending on how much you wore it. They wear down, you know, you're slipping and sliding all over the place. Ice is the next thing. What I say with ice is stay home. You know, pretty much ice wins every time. I mean, it's hard. I mean, if you hit a patch of ice, I mean, you know, try to slide, you know. But if you know it's icy out there, cars can't stop. I mean, ice is just a bad. Go on the treadmill. If for some reason you want to, I mean, I would say, you know, once again, common sense. I wouldn't be out there if it's going to get all icy. It's ice out. We don't run here when it's icy, only because the cars don't stop. You can't stop. You're going to break something, you'll fall, all that kind of stuff. So I'd say treadmill or another day type thing. And then another thing too is with the common sense is, hey, we all have our schedule. We're marathon or half marathon training, whatever kind of training we're doing. You know, I got to do my 10 miles today, no matter what. Well, if you're out running and it's pouring rain, you didn't bring the right stuff, turn around, go home. Okay, decide, hey, do I want to go back out? But it's, once again, it's just the common sense. Don't, you know, don't stay out there and tough it. You don't, one run isn't going to make or break it. So what I'd say, you know, go home. You know what I'm saying? Change, decide what you want to do. And or, once again, you know, prepare, know what the weather's going to be like, and try to adjust by bringing the right stuff with you. So that's pretty much weather. We carry all this stuff from hats, gloves. We got gloves with mittens that turns into gloves again, all that good kind of stuff. So that's kind of nice. The one nice thing about a mitten is your fingers stay together. If anybody skis and stuff, you know, the warmth comes back through and that kind of stuff makes it nice. So pretty much weather-wise. Next we're going to move into running in the dark. Pretty much between 2000 and 2009, 535 people were killed while they were walking. So, I mean, it does happen while we're out there. Road ID says that's the one company that makes these things, that they're ID bracelets, and you can put them on your shoe, you can put them on your ankle, you can have them on your wrist. I suggest people get them because if something, God forbid something happens, someone knows who to get in touch with, who you are, that kind of stuff. But anyway, they said each year 122,000 walkers, runners, cyclists get hit by a car. So, I mean, pretty much, and that's what we want to talk a little bit about tonight is, you know, what do we want to do while we're running? Because now it's getting dark. If you're running in the morning, it's before work, it's dark. If you're running at night, it's dark. You know, there's only so much time during the day. And if you get to run during the light, that's great too. But the biggest thing about running in the dark, I feel, is you need to see where you're going. Because you're training, you're putting a lot of time, a lot of efforts, a lot of dedication, or should sacrifice for everybody, you, your family, the whole 9 yards. So the big thing is you need to see where you're going. That's why the headlamp, to me, is the best thing you can get. Because I want to see where I'm running, because I don't want to trip, fall, hurt. I was training for the Turkey Run one year, and it's a 10K, so you're doing speed work, this stuff. It ended up getting dark on me like a dope. I wasn't prepared. I didn't bring my headlamp with me. At the end, trying to run as hard as I could, you know, just finish up my run. they're building a house next door, there was some rocks in the road, of course I land straight on that rock, twist my ankle, fall down, next thing that blows up, you know, whole night, it's a week away. A week, you know what, I could have did without the run. I didn't even need to do it, but being a dope, not bringing the right stuff, there it goes. I can't run now in the race, all this time you spend doing it. And that's the biggest thing, because it's so much dedication. We go out now, you know, when we run here and we come up Turkey Foot here, the sidewalk is a whole bunch of different sizes. You know, we're stepping off curbs. You kick one, there you go, you're going down, something's going to happen. So, I mean, the biggest thing is you want to see where you're going. And a couple ways is, you know, is obviously you got to bring a light with you. You can have a headlamp, which works, I like it the best, only because anywhere I look, I can see. You can turn it up and down. There's several different ones. The one we have here has batteries you can, you know, change. They're pretty bright. They have other ones that have you know, little cases on them when they go around the head. They even bigger batteries. That's what's nice. We have one that goes on your ball cap. I would think this one's lighter. I got more batteries to go in it. The bigger batteries, you know, the brighter it's going to be. We have this belt thing that works nice. Cameron loves running in it. It goes around you, and it's going to, you know, shine wherever you want to point it. So that makes it nice. Hands-free. You don't have a thing on your head. You have it here. The other thing is more than one thing always works out nice too. I got a headlamp I got here. For one, it's brighter. Two, is my batteries going? Oh, tonight I'm going to change it because I'm running tomorrow, because I know tonight it looked like it was dim. And of course, I'm in a hurry. I grab my headlamp. I never change the batteries. Now you back out running. The nice thing of having two things. The other thing is just run with a regular flashlight. A lot of people run with the handheld water bottle. Well, it's good training when you're not figuring you got to drink. Well, now I'm holding something in my hand, kind of the weight, that kind of stuff. But just having something. It's different than running in the summer. Okay, it's not the same. It's somewhat inconvenient, you know what I'm saying, kind of like with the weather. But the whole thing is you don't want to be training, putting all this time in, next thing you do something silly like I did. You step on a rock. I mean, that rock, I could have missed it 100 times, but Murphy's Law, man, I banged that rock. You're going to step in the ditch, you're going to step off the curb, you're going to do something. Once again, it's just kind of like the common sense thing. You got to kind of use common sense on what you're going to do. The big thing is you got to see where you're going. I mean, it's like anything else. Shorter strides help, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to elongate your strides. Shorter strides, slow down maybe just a little bit, but everybody's, you know, what time am I running? What's that pace? I got to hurt, you know. So you want to see, you got to see where you're going. Next thing is you need to be seen. Once again, all those statistics I gave you before is because someone got hit. Well, I'm going to tell you what, car wins 100% of the time. I don't care if you run into a parked car, the car wins. Now if the car's moving and hits you at the same time, he definitely wins. So the big thing there is you need to be seen. So how are you going to be seen? Well, the headlamp helps. The reflectivity stuff is the big thing. You know, obviously we sell it, want you to buy it here. But the thing is, you're going to be seen. This stuff shines off. Everybody's making the clothes. Brooks, who's going to come and do the night light thing, this is new material. When the light hits it, it disperses it a certain way. You have these little things that actually glow back at you. So, but it's going to show. But the big thing is, a lot of the clothes now is black. Everybody looks like Johnny Cash out there running. I mean, it is. So, and you'll be surprised, because I've had it where I'm driving, and I didn't notice a runner. And I look, you know, pretty much, I see someone running, I'm looking, hey, do I know them? Or, you know, I wonder how far they're running, what, you know. And it's funny, once it started getting darker, it's hard to see. They get one of these little blinky things going, and all of a sudden, my eye jumps up, and I say, oh, wow, look at it. You know, there's someone there, and I see them much further away, you know. The big thing here is you want to have something. You want to be seen. So you want to be wearing something that's going to reflect that light. I suggest something. We sell the ones that reflect. The only thing that's nice about this, once again, my light has to hit this. If this is going on, I see it. So the guy might be on the side of the road, but who knows when he's going to darken? Who knows? And you're the guy we're talking about now. You want that car you got to see who's driving. So you want, I mean, is this nice? Yeah, it's going to be reflective. This jumps out. We got several different ones, I mean, that do a whole bunch. That's one light, it blinks, whatever it takes. I mean, the nice thing about the blinking part, it jumps out at you. So we got a whole bunch of different things. We got shoelaces that blink and do, which kind of seem goofy, but the problem is how safe is too safe? You know, how much is doing that, you know what I'm saying? That's why you want to be careful dressing like Johnny Cash. if you don't have any lights or anything. It's once again, common sense. It is not smart. I've been out there driving. I have a hard time seeing these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, I'm driving home. I got my 15-year-old daughter on the couch with her 19-year-old boyfriend eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know, finger licking good, one thing leads to another. I'm drag racing home. I'm not thinking about this guy over here running. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I think is how fast can I get home? You know what I'm saying? So guess what? Nobody cares that it's your last day before the marathon and you're going to do it. You're 20 miles. No one, you know, when they're driving, they don't care about that. They're, you know, thinking about their own thing, you know. Hey, what am I making for dinner tonight? What's going to go on? So you're the one that's got to do it. The other thing they also state is people who wear reflectivity think it's a Superman cape now. All of a sudden I got this big S on me and I can do whatever I want. You know, that's the other thing. Car wins every time. You have to slow down. You have to cross at the green and not in between because the car wins every time. Common sense. Once again, you got to use common sense, and that's what a bunch of this stuff is make sure, you know, you want to try to make eye contact with the driver if possible. That doesn't always work. So, worst case, you stop. When you're running, the light may be white. It may be, hey, okay for you to run. Does that mean you just keep on going? Because, hey, he's supposed to stop. Well, guess what? When he hits you and he says, oh, I'm sorry, it means nothing anymore. So that's why you have to be common sense. You have to stop. Now, you know, when you're running, forget it. You know what I'm saying? You have to slow down. The big thing now, depending on where you're running. Now, if you're running on a rural road, you're running in your subdivision, you want to run against traffic. You want to be seeing the car. You don't want to possibly hear a car and wonder, hey, is it going to get past me, that kind of thing. For one, you want to be over, but you want to run against traffic. Unlike bicyclists, they're supposed to ride with traffic. We're running against it. For God forbid, if you need to dart out of the way, you can dart out of the way when you don't feel it safe. Once again, common sense and just knowledge. Not like, hey, look, I'm wearing this vest, I'm wearing my smiley face. He should know, man, I'm here. You know, once again, bending over. I know a kid when I went to school got in a bad wreck because he bent over to pick up something off the floor of his, you know, the car. Murphy's Law, once again, he's going to bend down and pick that up the minute you turn on that street to start running. And that's what's going to happen. So you got to be smart. You run against traffic. Once again, too, we do not play race to the car, race to the intersection. This car's coming down. Here's the intersection. I'm on a 9:20 pace. I'm usually running a 9:45 pace. I'm not stopping. I mean, I'm a PR in this run today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to beat this car across the, you know, the intersection. You know, forget that. Slow down, common sense. You know, let the car go. Car wins once again every time. So take your time. Another thing with the intersection happened to me. I'm running, coming up. Here comes a car down to the intersection. Well, he's going to make a right-hand turn. I'm thinking, well, he's seen me. He has to see me. Well, all he has to do is look this way and then turn because, you know, obviously he's making the right-hand turn. I go to run in front of him. There he goes. Boom, I'm on top of his car. Yeah, that quick. And I'm thinking he's seen me. What should I do? I should have ran behind his car. His car is right there. I should have went behind his car or just wait till he pulled out. Because he's just looking one way. There's never a reason why he can't turn, why he has to look back over this way. So he never seen me coming the one time. So that's why always when you're coming, someone's making a right-hand turn at the intersection. Make eye contact, go behind the car, or just stop. You know, that's once again, let's not worry about the PR. You know, we got this thing. Slow down, common sense. You gotta be smart because it happens. Road ID says 122 people were hit by a car. 102,000 people were hit each year by either a car, walking, running, or on a bicycle. So. I mean, that's the big thing there. Try to make contact. Everybody wants to run with the tunes. I love running with music, you know. Voices in my head I cannot drown out, so I turn it up. Running at night, running in traffic, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Even try to turn it low. There's several different reasons why, but you want to try to go without that because you want to hear what's going on. If you're running the sidewalk constantly, I mean, you know, is one thing. You want to still have it low. You still have to cross at the intersections. What's nice around here is there's a lot of sidewalks. So you get to run the sidewalk a bunch, which is nice. The only thing is you got to cross the intersections. Be very careful there. Headphones help because you're going to hear anything. A cap. Cap's nice, depending on what the weather is, if you can get away wearing a cap, because what that's going to do is shield my eye. I'm running and I don't see something, the bill of my cap could hit a branch, can hit some stuff. It's a little bit more. They also, stuff I was researching to do this, they were saying safety glasses. Safety glasses, I'll say, hey, it's going to protect your eyes. I'm not going to run with safety glasses. But it is something to think about. Once again, common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those kind of things. When you're wearing this, it's kind of tough to wear the headlamp. Usually, I'll try to wear this if I'm running, but if I'm wearing a headlamp, I usually turn it backwards and have it. So obviously, it's not going to help to bust that branch or whatever. The other thing is knowing the route you're running. You know, if you run a route a lot, you know, you kind of know what conditions, what you have, what you need to do, how to prepare a little bit more. But the other thing is this is not a Superman cape. You know, the different belts, and we got a bunch of stuff. This is just a belt that goes around. We have the vest. That doesn't mean they're going to see you. I mean, and that is the biggest thing. A lot of times people get overconfident. Well, I got my headlamp. I got this, man. I'm so decked out. My husband was just making fun of me. My wife was, you know, saying, hey, you know, look at you. You're a Christmas tree. It doesn't matter. Once again, that guy's drag racing home because his daughter's on the couch with that 19-year-old, and he can care less and not looking about anything. So, I mean, you know, and the car wins. So, we got some neat flashing things. You're going to take your dog out for a walk. You run with your dog. I mean, it's kind of neat. It kind of seems like an overkill, but how safe is too safe? I don't, you know, is one of those kind of things. Familiar route, that stuff. You have to look out for yourself. That's the biggest thing. You got to use common sense. You got to look out for yourself. Okay, the other thing I got is running alone. Okay, this is a big one. Always trust your own intuition. You know, use your head. You got to be smart. More so for the ladies than the guys. When you're running alone, we're going to talk about someone trying to be sneaky and hiding in the bushes, that kind of stuff. You have to be smart. It's best if you can run with a partner. Obviously, the numbers help. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is nice to have, you know, stuff lit up. More people can see you. That kind of